Welcome back. FIFA could be in hot water over reports that the U.S. won't allow Iran's pre-revolutionary flag to fly in stadiums during the World Cup. The flag is being called political, with claims that it is a reason that it won't be flown.
The Institute for Voices of Liberty sent a letter to FIFA claiming it must respond or face a new fight in court.
All right, so let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. FIFA Stadium Code has said, hey, these are our rules, but they haven't really cited what exact rule that they're using here. So can they do this?
That's a mixed bag question. First, you got to see, are you attempting to limit their speech, and is the speech content specific or content neutral? I've talked about it here a number of times. If it's content specific, you're talking about First Amendment arguments, and the first red flag will be, hey, we got to stop this. You can't allow them to limit or stop these individuals' speech. But it's the biggest question when you look at these First Amendment arguments is the government acting? You look at the World Cup, you know what's happening in the United States, you know what's happening in Mexico. Is this a government actor? And that's the question that this lawsuit would hinge on. If it's a government actor, then it would seem like it would be a First Amendment violation by allowing them to stop or limit their speech. Speech isn't just talking. Your clothes is speech. Your flag that you're attempting to drape is speech. And so if it is government action, then it would seem like it would be content specific, which would be a violation. If it's not a government actor, then the questions are a little bit deeper and the lawsuits could be a little bit longer.
FIFA is a private organization, so who trumps who when it comes to, when you're in different host countries? Who has the ultimate authority?
I can only speak to the United States in terms of government action. Yes, they are a private entity, so there is a number of case law to support government actions where there is a public-private partnership. And that's what these are. These are public-private partnerships. A lot of these will take place in public venues. They will have local law enforcement supporting a number of these things. But the courts have specifically said if it's a public-private partnership and it's only a name where the government is not having any control, the government doesn't have any say, then yes, this can still be non-government actor. But if the government is pulling the strings, controlling everything, now we shift to government action. If we've shifted to government action, back to the First Amendment argument, back to an opportunity for your litigation to move forward, at least in the First Amendment context.
Khalif, who has jurisdiction when it comes to this?
It's going to depend, and they said that in their presser. They got to determine if they're going to go in federal court or state court, and if you're going to First Amendment argument, you want to be in federal court. But I think that's probably their weaker argument. The better argument will be California accommodations. If you go the California accommodations route, which is I have a location and I can't use and target specific individual groups based on their viewpoint, a First Amendment-like argument. If I'm saying, hey, Julian, you can come in, but hey, Annie, you can't because you're wearing a pink dress. Now I've moved into a discrimination towards you specifically. California has specific rules against that. So they may be able to bring an argument in California state court and attempt to go around the federal argument, which would be First Amendment based only.
Do you think this would move quickly enough or have a resolution before the games actually happen?
I mean, there will be resolutions. It won't be a probably final resolution. Think about it. They'd file an injunction. They meet the standard, irreparable harm, likelihood of success on the merits. You can't come back and say, hey, I want to go back to the first round of the World Cup and you can pay me money to fix that. You can't get money to fix that. So you meet the standard for irreparable harm. An injunction could be filed. It's just, is it ripe? Has there been harm yet? You may file a claim and the court could say it's not ripe yet. So it's going to be timing. There can be a number of hearings way before the event starts, but you have to have a hard, fast rule that has been implemented and there has to be an injury that has occurred.
We're almost out of time. Quick civics lesson. Anyone that visits the U.S., even if they're here for a day or a week from another country that we might be at war with, does everyone get rights the minute they step foot on U.S. soil?
Yes, you have standing. You would be access to standing. You don't have to just be a United States citizen to bring a claim to say, hey, I am challenging this based on a First Amendment argument. Yes.
Okay. Visa got to get approved, though, first.
That's correct.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.